Well, hello. It's Miss Gina, and you're at story time with Miss Gina, and it's January 20th, 2024, and you're at Gina's Planet. I thought we'd read a story. It's called Paddington's Lucky Day. What do you think that story might be about? Let's find out. One day, not long after Paddington went to live with the Browns at number 32 Windsor Gardens, Mrs. Brown thought she would take him out shopping. "We're going to the Portobello Road," explained Judy. "It's a big outdoor market quite near here." "You should bring your pocket money," added Jonathan. "There's a lot to see." I remember a movie having a Portobello Road, Portobello Road, anything and everything a man can unload. It's found on Portobello Road. Paddington didn't need asking twice, and soon afterward they all set off. Suddenly they turned a corner and he found himself in what seemed like a different world. A world of outdoor stands and push carts, gold and silver ornaments, books, old furniture. Fruit, vegetable, people. His eyes grew larger and larger as he tried to take it all in. I like it when they're putting on his little coat there. I'm thinking it's not warm there. He had to wear a coat. Maybe it's winter time. I know I have had to wear my coat. It is definitely winter here. It's cold. One store was even having its picture taken. "That's a new supermarket," explained Judy. "There must be something special going on." Paddington's mouth began to water as he peered through the glass. "Perhaps I could do some shopping for you, Mrs. Brown," he said hopefully. Paddington is that little bear. Mrs. Brown hesitated. She wasn't at all sure about letting him go off on his own quite so soon. But Jonathan told her not to worry. "Even Paddington can't get lost in a supermarket," he said. "What goes in must come out. We can meet him by the checkout counter on our way back," added Judy. Paddington felt most important as he entered the store. He lifted his hat to the manager, who was standing just inside the door, and then consulted Mrs. Brown's shopping list. Everywhere he looked, there were shelves piled high with boxes and cans. There was even one shelf with nothing but marmalade. He could certainly see why it was called a supermarket. The super. His paws were soon full and was just beginning to wish he'd left his suitcase at home when he saw the manager coming toward him pushing a large basket on wheels. "May I suggest you use one of these, sir?" he called. That's helpful. "You can take as much as you want now," he continued. "Can I really?" explained Paddington. The manager nodded. Yes, we like to make our customers happy. Paddington looked most impressed. In that case, he said, I think I'll have 2 baskets. Just to make sure. The more Paddington saw of the supermarket, the more he liked it. He felt sure Mrs. Brown would be pleased when she saw all her free groceries. The other customers looked on in amazement. Perhaps he's trying to win an eating prize, suggested one lady as he went past his baskets laden with goods. That might cost thousands of dollars in today's economy. But the customers weren't the only ones who were watching Paddington with interest. Since he had been in the store, the manager had been joined by several other important-looking men, and as Paddington reached the checkout counter, one of them gave a signal, and they all started to clap. Yay! Our first customer, maybe. They're impressed. There's Paddington. He can barely see over the counter. And those shopping carts are filled to the brim and above. They're running over. Look at his pile of groceries there. Paddington had never been in a store where they tried so hard to make their customers happy, and he gave the men a friendly wave as he unloaded his baskets. Well done, said the lady, handing him a ticket. I hope you've brought a truck with you. There's over $150 worth here. Don't we wish? $150 worth of groceries. Huh. Special today. There's a special, it says. Paddington started at the long, excuse me. Paddington stared at the long roll of paper in his paw. Over $150 worth, he gasped, hardly able to believe his eyes or his ears, giving the man who had said he could take as much as he wanted one of his hardest stares. He opened his suitcase and peered inside. But I've only got a nickel. He only had a nickel. He might be in a pickle. Looking up, Paddington suddenly caught sight of a crowd of people coming toward him. Watch out! Cried the lady as he made a grab for his groceries. But it was too late. With a roar like an express train, everything began to tumble down off the counter. Uh-oh. I don't think that's gonna be good. What do you think's gonna happen next? Oh, you do? Let's see. Paddington was still sitting on the floor, covered with groceries, when the Browns rushed into the store to see what was going on. All in all, he decided he was much safer where he was for the time being. He's under all those groceries, all that food. You wouldn't think, said the manager, that giving someone a prize would be so difficult. A prize, echoed the Browns. The manager pointed to a large notice on the wall. This young bear, he said, happens to be our 1,000th customer today. Perhaps you'd like to tell him he's won a free supply of groceries. He's won a free supply of groceries. All of which, said Judy, as they staggered home laden with groceries, only goes to show that bears always fall on their feet, even in supermarkets, agreed Jonathan. Paddington sniffed the air happily. I think the Portobello Road, he said. He didn't think it. I like the Portobello Road, he said. I think I shall always do my shopping here from now on. So he won free groceries. How nice is that? That would be cool. All right, I hope you like that story. I want you to remember to read more in 2024. I want you to grow your brain. And I want you to enjoy this Saturday afternoon. And I'll see you next time. This is Miss Gina, and you've been at Gina's Planet. Bye-bye. See you next time.